Righto, so I've got my sluice set up. It's basically a high banking system. This is my own homemade sluice box or high banker, and I've put some modifications on it. Put a top hopper box on it, and I've got a PVC plastic tube there, and that's the inlet there, and that's got a whole little holes drilled under it or beneath it, which forms power jets. The whole point behind those is so it breaks up the dirt, clay, etc, etc. The other main feature of the box is I have a little hopper system there which feeds it to the head of the actual sluice box. And what I've done is I've grabbed a little keen sluice box there, and I've basically turned it into what the old timers called a long tom. Right, and so that's all just attached to Davey Firefighter, and there's my water supply. I've got it set up so it's a fair way from the water supply, because this being a reticulating system, in other words, I want the water to feed back into the dam, and this is pretty important. I want the water to run through the ground before it hits the dam, which means it cleans and filters the water out, so it minimises silting and dirtying up the dam. So if you're going to run a sluice box or a high banker, make sure you do it well off the bank so your tailings can filter through the grass and whatnot before it hits the stream itself. Anyway, so I'm going to start her up and we'll see how we go. Righto, so this is the sluice running, and she's doing a job there. I've got the rocks in here, give them a stir up, and I've got this little gate here. Okay, so it goes through into the hopper, down through the top box. All the big stuff comes over the grid mesh here, and I basically look at that as it goes out. Down through this hopper here, then down through the sluice box and the little clean sluice box. That's what she looks like when she's running. Good little setup. And this is some gold that I just got out from the first washing. Little nugget. Look at that. What a little perler. Well, I've done the cleanup, and this is the result. 2 square metres of dirt on this little gully, and right there you can see a really nice little nugget. I reckon he'd come in around about maybe 1.5 grams. A little picker next to him, a couple more little pickers, one there. So, you know, 3 or 4 little pickers and a nice little nugget, and lots of little colour all around. I thought there'd be a little bit more colour in this part of the world, but it was only 2 metre squared area on a small creek line, not even a creek line, just a gutter, and that's the colour I got. The nugget's made up for it. 2 square metres of dirt and some nice gold. All in all, not a bad day. Thanks for watching.